Well, hey everybody, welcome to this week's midweek message. Hope everybody's having another great week. So a couple of weeks ago I heard a quote, and when I heard it, it was in reference to sports. And the quote, it kind of stuck with me, and I got to thinking about how that applies to not only sports, but to life and to our spiritual life as well. And the quote was very simple. It said, "Pressure is a privilege." And it went on and it talked about how, in sports we face pressure situations, and it teaches us a lot of life lessons, and there's a lot of things that we learn through those situations that make us better, and so that's a privilege to go through those situations because of that, and also because it means that there's expectations, that somebody trusts us to do a job, or somebody entrusts us to perform, and so that should be a good thing for us as well. It's a privilege to face those situations and have somebody believe in us. So I thought about, in life, when as adults especially we feel pressure, and I thought about, in our job. A lot of times we feel pressure at work because of those expectations, and because somebody believes in us and somebody has faith in us, and we want to make them proud, or we want to do a good job, and so we feel pressure because of those expectations. And raising kids, that's a time when we do feel pressure, but it's also a privilege. Those are gifts from God, and so we feel pressure because of expectations that we put on ourselves or that other people put on us. But we, through work and through raising kids, we learn a lot of life lessons, and we learn a lot of things that are going to make us better and going to make us stronger. And then I thought about our spiritual life, and I thought about how we face pressure as Christians. Satan is going to try to tempt us in any way possible. He's going to try to deviate us from God's plan, and so we feel we have pressure every day. Are we gonna do things God's way, or are we gonna do things the way that the world tells us is okay, and the way the world tells us is better, or Satan's way? And so we feel those pressures because of those expectations. We have a blueprint of how Jesus lived, and how hopefully we can model our life after that, and we have the Bible to tell us all those life lessons that we need to learn. And so it's a privilege because we're children of God, and that's where the privilege lies, in the pressure of being a Christian, is we're children of God. And so in all these circumstances, because of those pressures and because of those expectations, when there is performance that goes along with that, then there's a prize, there's a reward. As an athlete or in sports, the reward is winning, and that's why we compete as athletes, among a lot of other things, is to win. And with our job, it may be a promotion, it may be making more money, or moving up the ladder, whatever the case may be. That's our reward because of those pressures that we faced. And as a parent, we get to see our kids, hopefully grow up and be productive citizens, and to be good Christian role models for other people. And so those are the rewards of those worldly things, earthly things. But as a Christian, we face those things, and we want to meet those expectations of being a Christian. We want to reach other people, and we want to be a disciple and bring others to Christ. But the ultimate reward through all of those pressures that we face of being a Christian is we get to have a home in heaven with God. And so I encourage everybody, as we face challenges, and we face pressures, consider those pressures a privilege, because eventually, whether it's in our personal life or our Christian life, those pressures are going to be a privilege, and there's going to be an ultimate prize if there's performance that follows those as well. So just some random thoughts off of a quote that I heard a couple of weeks ago. So hope everybody has a great rest of your week. Hope that made sense in a roundabout way. And as always, love God, love people, go make a difference.